Hello and welcome to Cricketry. We are on the paparade.com, and mind you, the test match is over and you're wondering why I'm so relaxed. You know why? There is no tension. I know what has happened. Nothing to expect. Sri Lanka have lost by a massive margin. I am here only to express the disappointment of everybody for what happened. Now, what Sri Lanka needed to do was at least extend their second innings, try and take it to the fifth day, and most people felt that there was a great chance of some rain between 2 and 5. Now, at the point I am doing this report, there has been no rain at all, and even the rain clouds seem to have gone away. So no sympathy from anyone, not even the rain or the clouds or the Australian bowlers. They were ferocious. They came hard at Sri Lanka, and eventually Sri Lanka just kept losing wickets at regular intervals. I can just think of maybe one or two batsmen who really put their hands up. Top of the order, Thirimana looked solid. He got into line, was done by a fairly nasty lifting delivery. Dikwella was good, but it surprised me as to why he was promoted in the batting order. I really didn't understand and struggled to understand the logic behind it. And then Kusal Mendis came in and decided to play a few shots before he played that kind of poor shots off his whistle. Chamika Karunaratne on his debut was willing to throw his bat around, so I'm not going to read too much into that innings. But just three batsmen that I think looked good today. Thirimana, Dikwella and Kusal Mendis. The rest of the batting again looking awful and struggling against the extra pace of Mitchell Starc and of course Pat Cummins. So this is the conclusion of a forgettable series as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. But I think in fairness to the Sri Lankans, we must also remember that 5 of their regulars aren't available for this tour. Now 3 fast bowlers, the 3 frontline fast bowlers, all of them are injured. Angelo Matthews is injured and Danushka Gunatilaka injured. So there were 5 regulars in the side. Akila Dhananjaya is not there. So again, these should never be taken as excuses, but these are factors that has weakened the Sri Lankan side even further. Look around the world. If you take this Australian side, yes, they did beat Sri Lanka, rather depleted Sri Lanka side. But how ordinary do they look without Warner and Smith? Because such players are difficult to replace, just like the Matthews of Sri Lanka. And then you take the Indian side. Yes, they're winning in New Zealand. Fantastic. Well done to them. But they took away Dhoni and Kohli in one game and New Zealand just annihilated them. That's because players of repute, experience and proven ability are very difficult to replace. Angelo Matthews was one of them. Suranga Lakmal was another. The other 2 fast bowlers were young, but they were the first choice. Well, these were little factors, I think, that all contributed to Sri Lanka's defeat, but I will not take anything away from Australia. On this pitch, Starc made the difference with his extra pace, and simply, put it bluntly, the Sri Lankans weren't good enough. That indeed is the sad story as we end Cricketry of the Australian tour. Thank you for joining us. We hope to be with you once again very soon. Until then, it is goodbye from the Manuka Oval in Canberra.